DC and Marvel have done it again, and this time they've put the marquees on the book because Superman and Spider-Man #1 is upon us, and thank goodness for that.
Wow.
That and a lot more on this week's edition of Pals Pulls. Thank you guys for being here. Whether you are live or in the future, smash that like button. Here to have the conversation with me, as always, are Marco,
Celsius.
Tyler,
Beer CS. Fuck, I don't.
and I'm Sean. Thank you for being here, whether you are live or in the future. I already said that. But what I haven't told you is the books that we're going to be reviewing. So we've got Superman, Spider-Man on tap, of course. The Flash, #31.
Let's go.
Our boy Gavin debuting.
My shop sold
that
out.
was hype.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get one.
Wow. Wow. Absolute Wonder Woman, #18. Absolute Martian Manhunter, #10. Superman, #30-something, because I don't fucking have it.
Oh,
no. It's 36. It's 36.
36, yeah.
Pop, pop.
Ultimate Endgame, #3. And Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, #2. So it is a stacked roster of books that we've got on tap today. And let's waste no time getting into it, shall we?
Well, at least you and I can.
Well,
Right. That's right. Marco was not able to read Superman, Spider-Man because he forgot that it wasn't available digitally. But what I say to that is, why in the hell would you want to get this digitally? Digitally.
convenience. And you know what? I planned it out because we had to go to a ring sizing. I planned it out. There was a comic shop near it, to which I went. Comic Book Station in Brooklyn only does back issues. Why do you call yourself Back Comic Book Station? I couldn't get my books. I tried.
How convenient is it for you, Marco, that you're not holding in your hands right now a copy of
Oh.
Superman, Spider-Man #1? There's convenience for your ass, Marco.
Yeah.
Sean, did you say a copy of Superman, Spider-Man #1?
Yeah, I did, Tyler. I did say that. Wow, amazing, huh?
Amazing. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's that type of night.
So, Marco,
And
here's what I need Marco to do. I need
Uh-huh,
you to get the context from what Sean and I discussed about the book and figure it out for yourself.
They I tried to get everywhere to get this, by the way, and they did have I did find the previews available that only has the first section of each story. So I was so lost. I'm so lost as to
Cool.
what anything else could be.
All right, well, let's get into it now. Tyler and I will do the heavy lifting as Marco takes it easy.
Fucking digital
I'm
boy
enjoying
over
this.
here.
Digiboy, hey, Digiboy.
The first story that we got in this is Truth, Justice, and Great Responsibility. Mark Waid and Jorge Jimenez. That's a powerhouse creative team right there. Tamu Moret on the colors and Tom Napolitano on the letters. Doc Ock and Brainiac have a chance encounter and decide that they're going to team up to do what? Evil stuff. Meanwhile, Clark Kent and Peter Parker are hanging out, and they team up as well to do good stuff. And then they fight.
Sounds adventurous.
So we're going to take this one by one, right? Is that how we're doing this?
Yeah.
So I thought this was great. I've actually, like, Sean, I think jokingly says how cookie cutter this story is. But I thought it was a great summation of who these two characters are at their core. Mark Waid is, and I think I said this when it was first announced, he's like the guy at the big two who just understands what these characters are implicitly. And as soon as there was that page where Superman rips his shirt off to reveal the Superman logo from being Clark Kent, and then you would think would be directly Spider-Man doing the same thing, but no, there's a beat panel there where Spider-Man's like, oh, hold on, it's gonna take me a while, and he has to take his shoes off and all that stuff. and then we get the thwip. I was like, that beat right there is perfect. This is exactly who these characters are. And honestly, like the pairing of Superman and Spider-Man never really clicked for me, like on paper. For me, I was thinking, oh, like Superman and maybe Captain America, that could be a lot of fun. But these two really work together, and like I totally disregarded the idea of like these guys would both be working at a newspaper.
Oh, sure.
And one, like Spider-Man in this way is sort of Clark's Jimmy Olsen for like this story. And I love these, like when the creators decide to tell the story of this crossover in a universe where both of them exist there at the same time. Like they've known each other for a while. This is not a first encounter. They don't need to do any of that. We already know who these characters are. We don't need to worry about all that shit. This is a world where Spider-Man and Superman just exist together. And I thought it worked so well. Man, I think I loved everything about this. Like to be able to tell a story where Superman, has kryptonite poisoning and he's fighting, he has to stop this meteor from crashing down on Metropolis, but also at the same time tell Spider-Man trying to, force his way out of rubble, which is like the most Spider-Man thing ever. I thought it was damn good. Really, really good.
I don't think you could do much better than this.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. With the page space that they had and, the obvious constrictions that are in place, I really think that they cooked up a story that was super fun and also heartfelt because, the moment where Peter has to lift up the rubble, it plays excellently, especially if you have that historical knowledge. Now, I do have to call out the fact that Jorge Jimenez, if you take these scenes and you take these faces and you have them out of context, these dudes are busting.
Oh,
Look at Superman right here. Look at my man.
Oh no.
And look at Pete.
That
These two, they're having a moment.
it's like that
Nah.
one reaction we have on the Discord of Jon Stewart.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
They're going Super Saiyan, bro. You see he's turning yellow right there. Superman. He's got Superman 3.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. This was, I loved that beat. I was
Yeah.
so happy that they included it. I got it spoiled for me by a motherfucker who just loves spoiling things that I really should delete off social media. But despite that
Who?
fact, it's just no one that's in your lives, just
Okay.
some
An
fucking
individual.
yeah. But even like getting the thing of Doc Ock's tentacles now being infused with kryptonite.
Yeah.
Really smart, really slick. Because otherwise it's like, well, what does Doc Ock do in this situation?
And also like the inverse, where like Brainiac was like depowered in a way. Like he's like, man, I'm sick. I can't do this. So that makes him then a match for Spider-Man, because normally you'd be like, what the fuck is Spider-Man going to do against Brainiac? So
Right.
it's evening out the power levels too, simultaneously with the story.
Yeah,
Damn, sounds fun.
it was, dude. And I live to see Jimenez draw Spider-Man. Oh my God.
Marvel.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw the bag. Just throw it.
Whatever you were giving Hickman, give him this guy instead.
Yeah. Throw it. Unbelievable. Unreal. I think Jimenez might be the best artist in comics for me right now.
Whoa.
I think so.
Ooh, he's definitely up there. And he's doing that thing again here where it's those like little tick markers for reaction. It's very manga, very anime. He did it again
sure.
here with like Superman. He's like, ooh, something's going on. And like he senses the kryptonite radiation. And like whenever any of the humans get infected by the Brainiac signal, they get like this weird little symbol on their heads. It's so good.
Yo, just look at this. Look at these panels right here. These are amazing panels, bro. Just Spider-Man like kind of thinking he's got the thing face. Then Superman's super senses going off and all that extra effects. Like, I love that stuff, man. This was so fun. It felt like classic comics,
Yeah.
but through the lens of a modern artist.
Okay, Sean, where does this rank for you now? So we have 3 main stories that have been in the crossovers.
Yeah.
We had the Zeb Wells, we had the Grant Morrison, and then we had this one.
I think the Grant Morrison was obviously meatier, but I think this was the most fun for me of all of them.
Sure.
And the 2 characters that I would like, like I most want this.
Yes.
These two together.
Mm.
I think Grant did a phenomenal job for 50% of the characters I don't care much for. And Dan Moore definitely helped.
And this is the DC outing, right?
Yeah.
This is the
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both of which
So-
the DC ones you're saying are a little bit higher caliber.
Well, we'll see
We'll
what
see, yeah.
Marvel serves up this time around.
We got Brad
We don't
Meltzer
know
coming
yet.
on for the Marvel one, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah, can't wait. HPT Bandit is a name I haven't seen her before. Says I haven't been to the LCS in 10 plus years. I stopped by one yesterday to pick this book up. That is beautiful, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why this is physical exclusive, LCS exclusive. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, Gavin's with us.
Whoa.
oh shit.
Get ready for
What's
us
up, Gavin?
to crap on your book, Gavin. No, we can preemptively say we're gonna have some good things to say about Flash.
The glazing session is
Whoa.
imminent.
I didn't drink that
Yeah.
much.
Sit tight, sit tight.
I'm not drinking at all. I am not. This is me raw. That's what you're getting tonight.
It's not a next level week. We don't get to see Sean go to the next level this week. You gotta wait
No.
for that.
No.
While we're at it,
Gavin
Rel
Goattree.
YouTube says finally caught a live show.
Hey.
Welcome. Thanks so much.
And we also had a
Thank you.
super chat before we even started.
Yeah. Clayton Bergstrom, the 699 Canadian, can't make the live show, but still want to support the #1 most entertaining comic community in the world. Also, Superman is my pick of the week. Hell yeah, dude.
Now, I just want to point out, and Clay, thank you so much. I want to point out, Clay said he didn't say the #1 podcast. Okay. He didn't say the #1 live stream. He
Mhm.
said the #1 most entertaining comic community, right? Because this shit is much larger than the three of us chuckleheads talking. This is Discord. This is the live streams. This is the Patreon. This is the Comics Pals.
You
I
can
love it.
You can literally have 24/7 Comics Pals community in your veins if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
Yeah. 100% you can, and I love that. So there were an assortment of stories that came after, and we'll just go in order and we can
Sure.
give quick thoughts. Lois and Mary Jane, the world's finest. This is actually Jim Lee.
Oh,
Jim Lee watch on a Thursday?
Whoa.
What? You want to talk about why my man's late with the Hush 2 pencils? Can I show you right fast why? Can I show you why? He drew Superman versus a fucking Sentinel.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go. I never thought I would see that image in my life, and
Yeah.
I needed it.
also, Sentinel kind of fucking clearing house on Superman. I gotta say, what this story told me was like, besides the Tom King of it all, Jim Lee drawing. It's just it almost said Jim Lee's favorite thing to draw is X-Men. It was like in a Superman Spider-Man story, I'm gonna focus on a Sentinel who's gonna be kicking the titular character's ass, and then I'm gonna spend 2 pages of what a 6-page story on
Like that.
a Gambit splash page.
No, what?
Yo, first of all, completely right. And this is, remember that when Jim Lee said
Yep.
Hush was delayed, he attached it to this image without color. Remember that.
I gotta say though, I gotta say, if you want to, Jim Lee, if you're when you're listening, when you catch this later, I know you can't do it live, but I know you
Yeah,
catch it on
yeah.
the bod. Can you just drop Hush and just do X-Men?
Please?
Oh my god, dude.
I gotta say, like I can be a Jim Lee hater sometimes. You know, I'll admit that. He likes X-Men and his X-Men looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like that's
Bro.
where his heart is, you know?
Remember a few years ago the rumor that they were trying to bring Jim Lee back to run all
I
this
know.
shit?
I know.
And look at how much he can't stop drawing the X-Men.
I know.
I need it. That should be his retirement plan, drawing the X-Men for Marvel.
And I gotta say, Alex Sinclair's colors on it. Typically, I'm not an Alex Sinclair guy either. Like, there's something about Marvel characters colored in this way that just works for me. Like, there's a lot more color theory there, I feel. I don't know, man. Shit was fun.
Yo,
Sinclair-
and why
The art
What?
was fun. Sorry. The art was
No,
fun.
yeah.
I will say that.
why why did Superman and Spider-Man do a fastball special
Yeah.
Oh,
into a
what?
Sentinel, bro? Look at that. He just tinks off the Sentinel.
That Sentinel was
glad you-
doing what was the real famous Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Sentinel 3-on-1 comeback? That's what the
Hell
Sentinel was
yes.
doing here.
Yes. Against this is Mugen, by the way. This is Mugen.
Yeah.
Superman and Spider-Man and Gambit versus a Sentinel.
I was expecting
Okay.
Peter Griffin to show up.
And my favorite thing that's like not even a thing on this Gambit splash page is that Mary Jane is cool as a cucumber with her shades on.
Yeah. So as much as I thought the art was like, it was fun. Like it's not it's like it's good Jim Lee art. The story was fine. It was essentially Mary Jane and Lois Lane commiserating on being the love interest to a huge superhero. And my issue with the story was that they sounded identical. There was no real distinction in their voices. Which may be by design, but yeah, I couldn't. Sometimes I was forgetting who was talking between the two.
I honestly didn't care for the script much, and I'll give Tom credit in that obviously the beats of the story, or rather the action, are things that came from his mind, assumedly. And all the action beats work really, really well. And they're funny and they're on point. But the actual dialogue is irrelevant. Like there's nothing to it. There's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing snappy or fun or interesting or anything like that.
You could
Yeah,
you
it
could
was
read
just
this
fine.
for the art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I'd
I'm
argue
fine
a
with.
lot of this issue you could just do for the art. Like
That is
some of the
also
preview
true.
pages don't even have the text in it, and I'm like, man, this shit looks good.
Yeah. Well, the next one up was Pages by Christopher Priest and Daniel Sampere. And it's a Superboy Prime and Amazing Spider-Man in the black costume. So imagine what Superboy Prime would think, a character who can break the fourth wall, if he met Spider-Man.
Mm.
That's what this is.
Again, this is one of those ones where like I think the script took me out a bit. I love Priest. But Superboy Prime was saying the most like clavicular style talking in this book, where it was almost too modern. You know what I mean? Like, what is he saying this? That like it's a couple times where it's like, oh, that is a grown adult writing teen lingo.
Mogging?
Like he might as well have.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
like he doesn't say it in it, but there's a couple of things here. Where is it? Where is it? He like calls him like out of pocket or something like that, and
You're out of pocket.
yeah, something like that. Oh man, I don't have the exact pages here, but there was a couple of them where I was like,
He
right,
says facts at one
yes,
point.
yes, facts, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. That doesn't track for me. Like
And-
I don't see him. I'm not like a Superboy Prime aficionado, but that definitely strikes a little funny.
But I do like the premise of like Superboy Prime. He's like, I need to get out of here, but I can get into a Spider-Man comic. Let me talk to his costume real quick. This is Secret Wars era, and he was just off by a couple issues. So he's like, oh, you got rid of the symbiote. Okay.
Bro. Daniel Sampere, though.
Oh yeah, again, yep.
High evolutionary. Hello. Why is he so big? I don't know. It looks amazing. I love
Whoa.
this. Yeah, right.
And he's
Awesome.
fighting in this metaverse where all the comic books are flying around. And you can like Bluesky into them. Again, like another one where it's like it's just fucking gorgeous. I don't care. You can say whatever. You got pretty
Yeah.
privilege. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about the story, really at all.
Yeah.
I don't even really know what was happening, but
I'm with you, Sean. I was by the time we got like 2/3 through, I was like, I don't care what's happening. It just looks good.
like you don't care what's happening, or like you couldn't follow it.
Both. I couldn't follow
Oh.
it, but I didn't care that I couldn't follow it.
Oh, yikes.
the next one was so for me.
Yeah.
Superboy and Spider-Man 2099 by my guy Sean Gordon Murphy. with Simon Go on the colors.
Red
Murphy
stew.
did the Murphy did the words and the art, which was awesome. And yo, he drew the fuck out of Spider-Man 2099. His Superboy, I don't know. I didn't really care for that, but his Spider-Man 2099 and his Batman Beyond, oh my god. I need it.
The Batman Beyond was like, all right, this is a Superman Spider-Man book. What do you just do whatever you want in this fucking thing? But I guess so.
He just popped out real quick.
And he's like the one narrating it the whole time. And he says like glitch. And I'm like, all right, just show him already. You're not hiding him from me. But yeah, I mean, it was like, I don't care much for Spider-Man 2099, but he looked damn cool under Sean Gordon Murphy's pencil. And the idea of the crossover between Superboy from Legion, who's in a far future, and then a future Spider-Man kind of meeting in the middle, I thought it was like a really cool thing. And then like how they meet in the time of Batman Beyond, because I guess that's the middle ground for them. I was like, okay, that's a cute way of going about it. So I kind of dug that.
Yeah, I love that. And then we got Jimmy Con Carnage.
Jimmy Con Carnage. That's crazy.
And this is reuniting the Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen creative team of Steve Lieber and Matt Fraction.
Oh.
And Marco, spoiler for this story, Carnage kills Jimmy Olsen.
Yo, that was amazing, bro.
What?
Like
this was
on page.
This was my favorite of the backups by a country mile.
Oh, you need to read the Jimmy Olsen book then, Sean.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I guess just the idea of Jimmy Olsen just dying in a comic was really funny.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's Carnage that just comes out of nowhere and kills him, that was just I love that. That was amazing.
What I loved about this story is that Matt Fraction was just like, okay, what if Jimmy Olsen was in the Marvel Universe? What would happen to him? He's such a bumbling oaf that it kind of makes sense in Golden Age DC that he would just be like, oh, that was a goofy shit. Marvel's realistic. So the first wrong turn he makes, he runs into a serial killer and gets killed.
Dies.
Yeah. And like Spider-Man like doesn't help him at all. Like he tries to ask Peter for directions. He's like, oh, I'm new to New York. Can you help me out? And Peter's like, it's a grid. You're fine. Which is what you do not tell someone, because as soon as they get past like Houston Street, they're fucked.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to Jimmy Olsen. He went down like a crime alley or some shit like that. And yeah.
That's funny.
Bloodily gets killed.
There was oh, you feeling the FOMO, Marco?
Yeah,
you
bro,
feeling
I
it?
am.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like I can only see the preview pictures, like the previews of each story, 8 pages. That's it. And you guys start talking about it. I'm like,
there was a Jeff Lemire, Rafa Sandoval story featuring Jonathan Kent and Ben Parker.
Uncle.
The
uncle.
And the father. I genuinely don't have anything to say about this.
I'm with you. This just yeah, it's fine. It's just people. And like both of them are young, so neither of them look iconic. You know, like it doesn't look like classic older Uncle Ben. It doesn't look like classic older Pa Kent. So like, because neither of them look the same, or like what I visualize in my head of those characters, it didn't do anything for me. It was this was the one of the backups where I was like, I could take or leave this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
go ahead.
And the way Rafa Sandoval drew Water did not look good. It looked like paper.
Honestly, I actually thought a lot of the art, I thought it all sort of looked a little rough.
Yeah.
Not necessarily there's something about maybe the colors or Marco, you look at this and you tell me, because I there's something about this that just looks bizarre. I don't know.
Sean, when we're done with the show, just flip through the pages with Marco over Zoom and then he'll read it that way.
Yeah, one by one.
Yeah, panel by panel. We need to do panel.
Fuck, this ain't Comics Explained.
I'm gonna be like, wait, too fast. I didn't finish reading that one.
Watch that shit at 25% speed and shit.
Sean, what are your thoughts on Milestone Comics?
I don't know, man. It's Mickle said, ready to hear a Sean crash out live. No such thing, man.
Well,
I've never crashed out.
you might hear a little. The soapbox might be coming out later.
I wonder. You'll have to stick around. You'll have to stick around and hear our thoughts on the rest of the books. But for now, let's talk about Bias by Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott, one of my favorite creative teams. J. Jonah Jameson is having a debate, and he's on the what's that Jack Ryder show?
Yeah.
Crosshairs.
Yeah, and he actually makes an argument for why he doesn't trust or love Spider-Man, but he loves and respects other heroes. They mention, like the Fantastic Four and Wonder Woman and Cap and Superman. And he's talking about how they're really honorable people. It's like he has a reverence for them, which is in such stark contrast to the way he feels about Spider-Man. And I thought that Greg Rucka did a good job of like presenting Jameson's point, even if obviously we don't agree with it.
Well, this is what I like when creators tackle these crossover books. It's like, all right, how many pages do I have? Let me give you my thesis on who these characters are in the allotted page space. And I think that Nicola Scott and Greg Rucka did a really good job because they didn't state their thesis. They stated their thesis through another character. So they're almost doing a thesis on who Spider-Man is and J. Jonah Jameson, and who Lois Lane is and Superman is at the same time. And I thought that was masterfully done.
Yeah.
Because that's hard to do in what, 5 pages, 6 pages?
Didn't have much, yeah.
And I got to say that page, Marco, there's a page where JJJ is talking about the heroes he likes. He mentioned Fantastic Four, Cap, Wonder Woman, and Superman, right? And Nicola Scott drawing Captain America is something I need going forward. I don't have the page because this isn't digital and I couldn't screenshot it or whatever. But look at that. That is just
nice.
So good. And like seeing those 4 sets there together, I'm like, there's your next crossover. That just confirms that we need Wonder Woman Cap, I think.
This made me mad because I want to see these artists draw these characters more. Like, these are things that we've never seen. Nicola Scott has, to my knowledge, only worked at DC, other, or Image or whatever. Jimenez hasn't done anything outside of DC that I've seen. So these people drawing these characters that I love so much, I want it. It's like when you're watching like 2000s WWE and the rosters are kept separate. So when Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle meet in the ring, it's insane because you've never seen that before.
This is Survivor
like
Series.
That. Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then there was one more story, which was probably the most odd of the pairings.
Yeah.
And that was Punisher and Power Girl. At a bar, Gail Simone and Belen Ortega. This actually popped me.
Dude.
I thought it was funny.
This was the biggest surprise out of all of them for me.
Yeah.
Like, why? Okay, this is a Superman Spider-Man crossover. Why are Power Girl and Spider-Man and Punisher here? Those are not those 2 characters. But they had chemistry, dude. Gail Simone wrote these 2. So Marco, the premise is Power Girl, there's this new app for superhero dating. And she meets somebody and is going on a date. And
it's a blind date.
It's a blind date, and it's Paul. Yeah. It's our boy.
No way.
Which fucking Gail Simone would do that.
Yes, Paul.
But they're going to a bar, and Punisher's the bouncer at the bar, and he's planning on airing this place out afterward because it's full of like Gentleman Ghost, Taskmaster, Killer Moth. Yeah, it's just all D-list villains, and he does air the place out. He saves Paul, and then Power Girl is there, and then like Power Girl and Punisher have some chemistry. I'm like, hold on, I want this. I want more of this. Out of all of them, this is the one where I was like, I like this pairing.
Yo. First of all, can we say how many characters in the Marvel and DC Pantheon have not appeared in this crossover, but Paul has.
Do we think Paul is at a point where he got memeified so much that he's now permanent? Like you
He
can't.
is.
Please, he has to be.
And I liked them as this like goofy like stand-in for civilian.
Yeah.
Because he is just the civilian. In a way, he's like a Mary Sue for like a bumbling oaf. But like you can use him as a tech guy if you need to. Like he can have usefulness if you need to go there. Yeah, man. And also like Paul's batting 1,000 right now. You got Mary Jane. And he might
Bagging.
like he at least got a first date with Power Girl. And like there's a bit here where like Punisher makes a reference to Power Girl's tits too. And I'm like, Gail, you went for it.
Oh, Gail
Oh, I know.
goes hard.
I know.
You're not shy.
I
Not
know.
shy. Yo,
Gail
that's-
horny.
That's crazy. And you know what? It's the same Paul in all the universes. There's only one Paul.
Mono Paul. Yeah.
Mono Paul.
Not to be confused with Francis.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, Tyler, your thoughts on Superman, Spider-Man?
I think overall, out of all the crossovers, this was the most consistent across the board that I enjoyed. I still think the Grant story is probably my favorite A story, but there's a lot of stories in those two previous crossovers where I'm like, it's fine. I liked so many of the stories in this. And strangely, I think Superman and Spider-Man worked better. I mean, not strangely, I don't fucking care for Deadpool. But yeah, I really dug this. This was a lot of fun. Not my pick of the week, but it was damn close, I gotta say. There were a lot of good books this week. I will say that as well.
You know, I actually don't know that I know what my pick of the week is because there's 3 contenders. And this
There's
is one
3
of
for
them.
me too. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What? There's only one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because you couldn't read this book, nerd. Did,
For me, yeah.
I was gonna ask what cover. Did you go single? Did you go double dip?
Hold the phone.
Okay.
For me, I really loved this. There were 3 standout stories. It was the A story, it was the last one, and the Carnage Jimmy Olsen one that I really, really had fun with.
The Carnage Jimmy Olsen
And
one was good.
I feel like I enjoyed these more than I enjoyed like 3 stories from any of the other
Yep.
ones they've done so far.
Mhm.
So pound for pound, I think I enjoyed this one most.
It is more bang for my buck for sure.
And at $7.99, that's a lot of fucking buck. There should have been actual bang. That Punisher Power Girl story ended a little too early.
It's implied though.
Oh yeah.
She invites him back to her place like right away.
Oh, damn.
They got down.
Yeah.
And y'all got down because there are over 130 of you rocking with us right now. I am loving that shit. Smash the like button. 100 votes on the poll right now.
Whoa.
60% of you said poll. 20% said pick of the week. Didn't buy or read is 15%. And pass is 5%.
Damn, Mr. Negative always in this poll here, voting pass and everything. There's always like just there's never no pass.
You're right. Right. Oh man. What a way to kick off the show. I love it, and I love you guys, and I love the energy. Let's keep it going. Into Gray dropped $4.99 on us without a message. I love it. Thank you.
I say hey.
I imagine when anyone does that, they're just staring at us, you know, just like,
oof.
Stare back. Whoa. Wow.
That was intense.
Thank you.
Oh shit. Yeah, and Kyle brings up a good point, but only 50 likes. What are y'all doing? Yes, I completely agree with that. I know you guys fuck with us more than that. Hayden's Hideout for 13 months, my man has been a VI pal. Thank you so much. That's a lot of love and support for this channel.
Hayden. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, it's a half an hour deep, and we've got a stack to go. So let's talk about Flash 31, shall we? This is the debut of our man,
Ryan North.
our boy.
Oh.
the level up that we've all been waiting for, the moment we've all been waiting for, and a fucking round of applause for Gavin Guidry for getting one of the biggest jobs available at DC, teaming up with Ryan North, one of the hottest artists in comics, for The Flash. Now, this story, a long time in the coming, we've been waiting for this one, and it's Wally focused. Wally is the Flash of this book, and it's very much a welcome to my life issue. This is like if you did slice of life comics for superheroes, this is what they would probably look like. And I think if you're familiar with Ryan North's work on Fantastic Four, I would say that this felt for me a lot like that. But it does introduce what feel like through lines that we'll be seeing throughout the series. There's this idea that characters or denizens of Central City are throwing themselves off roofs and doing all kinds of things to get the Flash to save them for social media clout and for payouts. And there is a larger conspiracy afoot that this issue only teases us with.
Yeah.
Marco, you said no words in the last review. Say a lot of words for the Flash.
You get more than a minute.
Fuck the clout chasers, bro. That's crazy. That's where we're going with this book. I thought that was an intelligent way to end this issue to lead into something for a bit more, because honestly, the start of this from a storytelling perspective, Ryan North scripts where he's just like, this is me and this is my family, I found that a little hard to swallow at the start.
Really?
And yeah, I just don't find that as something to be it's not desirable for me in writing. Like I don't enjoy that necessarily. It always reminds me of, like, you know, when you hear like the record scratch, like, and here's how I got into this situation kind of moment, which that doesn't always land for me. But as the issue unfolded and we do get this conspiracy and the fact that Flash has to save everybody, and it's an interesting point, because if he doesn't, he is like this monstrous person, but if he also has to save everybody, he like has to put in jeopardy his relationships and stuff. So I thought it introduced some an interesting concept by the end. It started to pick up that steam for me. And then Gavin Guidry's art, I mean, I think the coolest thing is how elastic he feels, like how long Wally is here. In the very first scene where we see him running into with the Speed Force, and you see he's heating up the casserole.
Yeah.
But you can see just how like distant the feet are, the steps. So I had a blast with that.
I have that page up currently.
Okay, yeah.
He looks like Dominican Poppy right now with the way his pants are kind of raised a bit.
A little high up.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to run a T-Mobile store, like a prison complex. I'm with you, Marco, and I like the idea, and I shouted Gavin out for this on the Twitter, the Everything app. This is such a genius idea of like Wally trying to reheat stuff with the Speed Force. Like, yeah, that should work, right? And I like how it does work, but it doesn't because he doesn't do it right, you know? But the way Gavin drew that is perfect. I mean, I think we knew once you saw Gavin's work on Superman, what was it, 78? And then JSA, like the Flash is a character that works for his art style. This is really good. I think the way that Gavin draws the you said elasticity of it, but like the Flash, he be moving throughout this issue, you know. And the slight tweaks to the costume, that he's not wearing that, no offense to the previous team, that fuck ass costume with the black on it. We're back to kind of a more traditional Wally West here. I really enjoyed, and I actually really like the slice of life part of it, because this book is half and half. It's slice of life, you know, casserole with his wife and Asian kids, and the Flash of it all. And you know, he sees Tar Pit, who he calls TP, and he doesn't like arrest him because he just realized he fucked up, but no one got hurt, so he's fine. Like, I love that stuff, and I thought the art was phenomenal. This is exactly what I wanted from Gavin's art. But from the script perspective, I think Ryan North did something here that was really smart. And he instantly did two things. He separates who Wally is from Barry. And I also think Ryan North separates his own work in writing from Fantastic Four that he's really known for right now. Fantastic Four is very science-based. And typically, if this was Barry, that would be similar. But I almost felt like Ryan North was calling himself out in his writing in this because Wally is describing these Speed
Yes.
Force things,
Yep.
but saying, I don't know how it fucking works. I'm not going to tell you the science of it all. I'll tell you what people have told me. I trust it. That's magic to me. It's going to do whatever it was. And I feel like that was Ryan North kind of being like, this is not Reed Richards. I'm not doing the sciencey part of this. We're just going to have fun. And I fucking loved it. I thought it was great.
Which I think is appropriate and fair to be able to distinguish. I just found myself, I guess maybe because of that inside baseball, I found myself like almost roll my eyes at it. Especially
Okay,
I just pulled up the page where it's like, and yes, I don't know if it runs fast scientifically means sure you can run up that building too, but I don't question it either. Speed Force, baby. I was like,
Yeah. That
almost.
it was him literally calling himself out, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I want to grab this super chat from Luis Fernando. Your name cut off, so I can't read the rest, brother, but appreciate the 20. Good evening, pals. It's so good to be here with you all. Tyler, I have a new greeting for you to use when you start the live stream. It's prime time. For those who got it, that's my pick of the week. A big hug to everyone.
Oh, Luis Fernando Alberto Barbosa. We will get to prime time later. That's for sure.
Oh.
We will. And then Entertain Me with the $2 says, I bought every cover for Gavin.
Sheesh.
Let's go. Showing up for our boy.
Love it.
Let me get
Love
one.
it.
My shop right now.
JetX, been a member of the channel at the VI Pal tier for 8 months. Bro, have you only been here for 8 months? Is that true? I feel like
That's
that's not
wild.
true. I feel like that can't be true. But Jet says the way Gavin illustrates the speed lines behind Wally is sublime. North's script is so tight and breezy. Pick of the month for me, the Uber Flash fan.
His icon's
yeah.
Flash, so I got to assume he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
He knows ball.
absolutely. I gotta say, I thought this was unbelievably good. The best start, certainly, to a Flash run, in my opinion, since the Josh Williamson stuff.
Oh, you're going back
And
to
that's-
Rebirth.
Yeah, I'm going back all the way to Rebirth. And, you know, this has the Ryan North like lightness to it. You know, there's nothing heavy about this book at all. It's you know, it starts off with him as his family, you know,
Yeah.
being a dad. And there's something missing in superhero comics, and this is that. The feeling that I had while reading this was, wow, this is a real character. This is not a dude wearing a costume doing fun stuff. This is a guy. And that was what bridged the gap for me with Superman when he had kids, you know, when he had a relevant life. And that's what I'm loving out the gate with this. And, you know, they do a really good job of integrating Wally's powers into his life with his family because he uses them to make the food. And so you get a look into his personality. He's a fucking late speedster. But he also is nuts, and so he figures out a way to make it right. And he's a family man, and we get to see his powers on display. I just feel like this initial scene does so many things right in one go.
Yeah.
And I think that is just really just two creators who like get it. And the scenes flow into each other. There's not that like jerkiness of scene to scene. It's actually Wally running from scene to scene, literally. Like there's that motion of every scene leading into the next because he's moving.
It's true.
I love that.
Question for you guys. If you can get 10 grand right now for jumping off a bridge, knowing you get saved, would you do it?
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knowing for a fact
that I would get saved.
It's the Flash. It can be everywhere.
That's
should
a
be everywhere.
risk, dude.
I also like the whole point where he's like, "You guys got to stop doing that," and the news reporter was like, "Well, are you not going to save them?" He's like, "Well, no, I'm gonna."
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like a good logic because, like, what the fuck does he do?
It's a conundrum, dude.
Yeah.
I like
Look,
that.
I'm gonna be the one to say it. I don't know what he thinks about black people. So I'm not putting myself on that roof because I
Nah.
don't I don't know where he's at. I'm not putting myself in jeopardy. I seen it Into Deep or Into the Blue or whatever with LL Cool J. I've seen that movie. I've seen all where he gets eaten by the shark.
Oh, Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea. Thank you.
Yeah. Trust me, I know all about Deep Blue Sea. Stellan
Yeah, yeah,
Skarsgård
yeah.
and that. Ooh, good stuff.
Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But yeah, no, I loved everything about this issue, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
This is-
This is
real good.
another one of these DC books that is in the energy of World's Finest from Mark Waid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that alpha energy that's kind of fueling this book. That really, this type of feeling of a comic book feels distinctly DC for me. That I don't think like even a Marvel book couldn't really do. It's just a tone that the Gavin and Ryan North are really nailing here.
I think to what you were saying earlier, Tyler, about the some of the lightheartedness and how this feels like there's levity.
Yeah.
The thing that got a pop for me was was it the classifieds?
Yo, yes.
That was
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That one made me chuckle. I was like, because the first thing I saw was like looking at the headlines, and I'm like, Batman kicked my butt. Hold on a second, let's read this one. I was like, wait a second.
That's funny. And also
I
shout
like
out Adrian Lucas on colors.
Yeah, good.
Really kind of nailing that same idea that I was talking about, where it's like DC. It feels almost Silver Agey. Like we're focusing on like let's get a lot of blues, reds, yellows in there, primary colors. Let's pump it full of that. I dug it.
Yeah, man. Dude, this is one of the books, one of the three books in contention for me with pick of the week, man.
This was actually a strong pull.
Yeah, this is four books in contention for me. This is one of them as well. Yeah.
Maybe it's 4 for me too, actually. Fuck. Yeah, it is.
I think it's the same ones that we have.
My fourth one is gonna shock the shit out of you, I think. We'll see. I'm not ready.
Oh.
I'm not ready to say what my pick of the week is. I need time. I'm sorry. I need time.
Need to percolate, as Mary J. Blige would say.
Yes. Let's do this. Gavin says, in my defense, the kids at the end on the train tracks, it's the white kid that's tied up. Oh,
Gavin,
shit.
if you need to draw somebody jumping off a bridge or like trying to get eaten by a shark or like doing some stuff, you can use me as a model. I'll pose for you. It's cool.
As a model.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to be. I don't want to jump off one of the bridges, but like, let me be one of the smart people who's running away. Like, let me be one of the people who says I'm not gonna get up on that damn fucking bridge.
No.
Or that roof.
If I'm in a flash book, I want to be frozen by Captain Cold.
That's good.
What?
That's good. And he said he's drawing Captain Cold.
Hell yeah.
So
top 5 DC villains for me is Captain Cold. Up there with Batman Who Laughs and Pariah.
Love Pariah.
That hurt. 3-head creep 87. Haven't seen your name before. That's scary. But welcome. Flash was great. Think I will be pulling the Ryan and Gavin run.
Hey, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Where did you see that?
Gavin said, practice your look at these fucking idiots face, Sean. There you go. And I'm good for one of those faces about once an episode.
Yeah. I got a couple of YouTube thumbnail PNG files if you need them, Gavin.
do the what's his face? Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He goes like the.
I need to do like I'll soy face for you too. It's fine.
Excuse me.
Be on the internet more, Marco. Come on.
Flash 31 didn't buy or read 50%. Y'all slacking.
What?
37% pull. Pick of the week 8%. Pass 5%. Who passed? Who
Misclick.
passed?
Misclick.
I thought we had a pact.
It's the same guy.
I thought we had a pact about buying this comic book.
There's
Come on now.
one thing for anyone who didn't pick it up. Ignore the 31. I know 31 is a weird number. This is essentially a number 1. If this is a Marvel book, it'd have a number 1 and probably a hyphenated addition to the title.
Yeah, a legacy.
Yeah. This is a full-on jumping on point. You can hit the ground running with this. So if that was like, if you saw 31 and was like, oh, that's a little weird, just get into it. This is the jumping on point.
I'm assuming you saw that comment too, Sean. Chris covers comics said 50% of y'all not getting saved by the Flash.
Yeah, that was good. But I do have a question here. Do I have to jump off of a roof to get Gavin and Ryan on the show?
Oh,
What's up with that?
I don't think there's a Flash that could save you from that, Sean.
I see all YouTube channels in our space. I am connected. I am fucking Brainiac, okay? When it comes to YouTube channels.
You're like that one guy in the Matrix.
Yes, I'm the architect. I got all the channels open. And I see you. I see your pretty face. I see Ryan's pretty face on all these channels, but no love for your boys.
I think they're just not coming on because they know that when I have to make a Ryan North thumbnail for the YouTube, I'm gonna cut him off like he was too tall for the thumbnail. Yeah,
they're saving the best for last. That's what it is.
Oh man. Shalom says this was the best first issue of the Flash run since Jeff Johns taking over after Mark Waid.
Well, it's funny you should mention Mark Waid's run because this is what it reminded me of, that Mark Waid Wally West run right before Rebirth. Jeez, Mark Waid Wally West run. That's a hard one to say.
Whoa.
Oof.
Where it's like, oh
Gavin,
yeah,
watch.
Jay and Irie were in this. I totally almost forgot about them, And I'm glad the book reminded me that Jay's power is strength, not speed. Which did a good job kind of like resetting my memory for what Wally is. Because honestly, I have not read a lot of Wally Flash in a long time.
I mean, for somebody who's just more unfamiliar with it, like for what it's worth, those introductionary pieces, this is who this is, who this is, it's functional.
Yeah.
Gavin said, I was drawing 2 comics. Give me some time, bro. You're good, man. You're good. I'm looking forward to it. And hats off on an incredible issue.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get into Absolute Wonder Woman. Number 18. We got a couple Absolute books on tap for tonight. The first up being the one that comes from Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman and Jordi Belair and Becca Cowrie. I don't need to tell you what they do in the book. You already know. What I will tell you is that this cover doesn't actually lie. This is a cover that tells the truth. Because we do get conflict between Zatanna and Wonder Woman. Now, it's not a vicious conflict, but we do get a bit of a smackdown between them, which was fun to read. I enjoyed that a lot. We get to see Wonder Woman using, she has powers that extend beyond even her body, because now she has that weird water pick thing.
Water pick? What is this, a TikTok shop?
The trident, that helps her in the fight. She's got Pegasus that helps her. So I really like all that, and she wields them all, or they aid her in her battle with Zatanna, and that was cool. And meanwhile, her Daddy Dearest, Zatara, is just men on fire walking around the streets. What'd you guys think?
This is another good issue. I really enjoyed the fact that this was mostly magic. I feel like we do get magic introduced, but there's always some sort of like sword fight and fisticuffs and all that kind of thing. And so just seeing this be a purely magic based fight, and the fact that she's also Wonder Woman says, oh, this backward magic is different. It's interesting. It's there's also this introduction of this idea of alternate kinds of magic, which I thought was cool. I can't wait to see where that goes. And just getting to see the interactions between this. I mean, love to see them fight, dude. Um, uh, Overall, it's just strong issue. I think this was a simpler Hayden issue because it
Sure.
needed to be a bit more direct
Yep.
for the sake of the fight. But they continue to just do excellent work. No complaints on this one. This was a contender for pick of the week.
Seconded. Also a contender for pick of the week for me. I loved everything about this. This was really the issue that gave us a little more who Zatanna is. Zatanna has been present throughout the last couple issues, but hasn't really spoken that much. This is her really kind of having a voice for it. And I gotta say, her and Diana, more chemistry than Diana and Steve in this book.
Facts, dude.
And I honestly would not put it past Kelly to make this Absolute Wonder Woman canonically queer. Because I think there was something there. The idea of like knowing each other's names and the magic associated with that was oddly intimate, and I think Kelly was playing with that here. There's a bit of idea of like just the origins of Wonder Woman dealing with like bondage, like that aspect of her, where they're kind of playing with that, I think, in magic of it all throughout this issue, which I thought was interesting. And really cementing that Absolute Wonder Woman is going to go full on into magic. Whereas, like, depending on who's writing the book in mainline, Wonder Woman can deal with magic. It's one of those things where it's like a writer might want to tackle it if they wanted to. She'll be in Justly Dark because she has magic. This is like, no, this is kind of who she is in this universe. And I really like that. I think showing her supporting cast here was great. Even like that one panel of Minerva where she's like, oh, she left me. Like planting a seed right there was really good. But the part that like made me go like, oh shit, was the sign language page. And Zatanna having this fight with Wonder Woman where they're really tussling. They be tussling. And Hayden even drawing that thing that he did in the previous issue with Giganta, where anything that is moving has speed lines as the outline of the figure.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. But then there's the middle panel where it's saying phase backwards in sign language. Which I loved. Because immediately I'm like, did that say phase? I don't know sign language. I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, I was right. The fact that somebody who doesn't know sign language, I could look at that and still get it. I thought it was like, what the fuck? How do you do that? How do you make me understand sign language? I thought that was really good. This was just damn fun. I really like these characters and I'm excited to see where the story goes.
I had fun with this. I really enjoyed the confrontation between Zatanna and Wonder Woman. I think that I was a little frustrated because it didn't feel like they had a reason to fight. I guess Wonder Woman just wasn't trusting her.
Yeah.
But we've mostly seen her resistant to conflict if it's not necessary. So that felt a little bit out of character for me with what we've been shown. But I'll take it because the fight was cool.
Yep.
And I feel like there's a lot of that for me with this series, where it's something that there's something present that I don't like or that bothers me, but then there's something else that makes me let that go. Like the weak supporting cast that I feel like this book has consistently had. But I really enjoy Wonder Woman. So it's like I want the focus to be on her, but I also don't like if you're going to have the supporting cast here, let them do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the exploration of Zatanna's character. She's very interesting to me, much more interesting as a person than mainline Zatanna for me.
Ooh.
When Wonder Woman comes out that room, she got that shit on.
Yo, she got tier gear on.
Yeah, she really did. She came out with that tier 13 warrior.
She's going to Magtheridon's lair.
Yep. So she looked awesome. I'm waiting for something really consequential to happen in this series. I'm waiting for someone to like get got. I'm waiting for like just a really big shoe to drop. I feel like we've seen that happen in Absolute Batman more than once. I think Absolute Superman has had some moments like that.
Sure.
I don't think this book has had a moment like that yet.
Which is crazy
Yeah.
because Zatanna is wearing big shoes in this too. We just haven't seen them drop yet.
Yo, chunky.
She's looking like
could-
like my girl Crispy, who used to manage the Hot Topic I used to go to in high school. She
You
was a
said
cyber.
crispy?
Her name was Crispy. Yeah, she was a cyber goth. Man, I was so into her. She had those pink dreads. Sorry,
Damn.
Crispy.
I just flashed back.
When
If
I
she's,
hear
if
the
she's
word
listening, if
crispy,
she's listening, so, like I'm single now. So
when I hear the word crispy associated with a human being, I can only think of Flavor Flav.
yeah, you got Crispy, you got Pumpkin, you got something. Do not even get me started on Flavor of Love. One of my favorite shows of all time. Tiffany Pollard, if you're watching this, I'm also single.
I think to what you're saying though, that we some of these instances do feel a little bit out of character because she does act a bit retaliatory, and it's preceded by the Aphrodite pages where it's like all about love and caring, and she wakes up and she's like, "Nah, fuck this girl," and just starts to throw down.
See, I think this issue showed that she is loving and caring because she drops it immediately. Like, yes, initially she's fighting her, but that's all she knew Zatanna before this was that this woman's going to fuck me up and got me into situations where I'm getting my ass kicked. Of course, you're going to be combative. But as soon as she understood who Zatanna was, or at least let her speak, even in the most minimal sense, she was like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm gonna trust you on this one. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I think that showed throughout this issue that the flashbacks kind of made that make sense as the issue progressed.
Got another yeet sound effect.
Love a yeet. Unless it's a WWE yeet.
Oh,
Yeah. Easy pull.
Yeah, pull.
57% of you agree and pull this. 17% of you pass.
Ooh.
What?
Damn.
I would love to hear like what's like. I'm not arguing with it. If you're not into it, that's cool. But like, what is the reasoning, for not enjoying this? I guess
Because they didn't kiss.
Ooh, I feel that.
Pick of the week, 10%. Thank you for voting. Appreciate you. Love it, love it, love it. There is another absolute book on the docket, and that is absolute Martian Manhunter, which is going to be delivering us only 2 more issues. So
Last one's oversized, so we'll get that. But yeah.
Yes.
love it while it lasts, because it is gone really soon. Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez, Hassan Otzman El How on the letters. Man,
Summarize this one, Sean.
I actually feel like I need a summary, because this was the issue of Absolute Martian Manhunter that left me behind, for sure.
What?
For sure.
You were the
Wait.
child left behind in this war, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
I actually genuinely don't even, I'm not sure how to summarize this. John is fighting against this crazy, war hawk guy, and it looks very Vietnamish, and there's colors exploding all over the place.
Yes, there is.
Meanwhile, fucking Despero is talking shit in the background. John's wife is cooking something up, trying to figure out what to do for her son. And her son wants the murder of his father. John is trying to save the Martian. And in order to do that, they go into the fifth dimension. I don't know what they went into. And stuff happens. I don't know. Marco, tell me why this was great, because I don't know.
Marco was in the book, that's why.
I was locked in the book, dude.
Yeah,
I
well-
was trapped right next to him.
Well, your guy got in this issue, so sorry, R.I.P. Marco.
Yeah. I thought this was. I agree with you that this was dense in that it was not presented, I think, in like the a great direct way. The metaphor bit, I had to sit with that for a while. Like, this is all a metaphor, to try to make some sense of it. So I felt like I was reaching a lot, but the thing that sold me on this was purely the art. I from page 1, right? We get this, drab Despero colors, and then like mentioned, explosions, and then this book just got noisy, and that's what I felt
Mhm.
like this was uh, the you're breaking out of the noise of the despair, of the depression, of the effects of what Despero has been kind of presenting here, and being able to break free of that is, I think, what the metaphor ultimately was you're able to break free from the prison of your own kind of mind to uh some level of normalcy, or at the very least you can now see the outside for what it is, and you recognize that, oh, actually I need to go back in towards the light. And that's what the metaphor bit was, the varying colors, because when you combine all colors you get into this white light. The white light breaks you out, you lead your way towards back towards the Green Martian. And so that ultimately leads you back to the family, which was also in this, like, the wife was here in the speaking in from her mind with these colors, but it's a manipulation from her son Tyler. Um, so there was a lot of just like wild headiness going on, a wild design. Uh, I spent, I think, maybe like 20 minutes on this book, just looking at pages. This is a book I wish I had bought, because I would destroy, tear these pages apart.
I had to hit one of the, like, after I read this, I had to hit one of these where I just go, huh, you know? I had to literally sit there with it for this one. But I will say this is an obtuse issue.
Hmm.
And I think the latter half of this run is a little obtuse. But I am enjoying it. And I think what I got at, because there's a lot being done in this issue. There is forward progression going on plot wise. John, like if we're talking just plot, John is trying to save the Green Martian now, with Despero in the background in his mind, controlling him and trying to stop him from that. And through that, there are people, antagonists that are, aligned with the White Martian, trying to stop him. There's the text, but there's so much subtext in this. You have the idea of war and complacency happening in this book too, which I thought was interesting. With
Hmm.
this guy, Rainbow, who is all like if it's all he was all the colors, he's the rainbow. That is white light. That's White Martian coming after him.
Hmm.
Hold on, I gotta cough. And I think like the idea of like, hey, war will exist, and it's like, hey, even if you don't like it, it's gonna happen, and you just got to deal with it. Meanwhile, John is trying to fight back against it. Like he's trying to fight this never-ending war while war comes after him, to no avail. Even so much to like until he like really fully embraces the Martian, or he lets himself get lit up by gunfire, um, that he finally gets over it and he kind of passes Despero. There's that bit where Despero has that moth that has been the symbol for the Martian for a bit, right? The moth motif. Um, we had that in the previous issue where he was being like
Hmm.
tortured, and then Despero loses the moth. It goes through his fingers, and then it goes into John. And I felt like that was the final merging of like, hey, John fully accepting the Martian as not a hanger on, but part of him. And now he's going fucking John Woo face off action movie mode on this. So I thought there was a lot being said in this, and I'm not sure it fully landed because so much was being said throughout this issue, and then also trying to forward the plot, that became a little muddy. And it's weird to call a book this colorful muddy, but I felt like it was a little bit. But holy hell, it's fucking gorgeous. I really like the art in this. I mean, it's literally it's like a beach village, and you go to the gift shop. In the back, they have the blacklight posters. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a Grateful Dead blacklight poster in the back of a gift shop on a beach town vibe, and I dug that, and I like Despero kind of being the foil to John actually caring about something again and finding that within him. Um, yeah, no, that was a good issue. Not my pick of the week, but I thought it was good.
I'm just gonna say pull.
Did you like the art, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, Javi hasn't missed once.
Sure.
And I don't know that Dennis can't miss, but he left me behind. I missed it. So, I'll happily reread it and be wrong. I'm not going to sit here and bash it. I literally just didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
So that's all. Go
This
ahead.
was my pick of the week.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. Poll 48%. Didn't buy or read 35%. Oof. But I know a lot of you are waiting. I know a lot of you are
Yes.
waiting, so that's valid.
I'm
trades
getting
are
whatever hardcover. If they come out with an absolute Martian Manhunter, that might be something I need, actually.
Pick of the week 11% passes, 6%. Now, there is one more DC book left, and that is Superman number 36. This was the winner of the poll, the PALS poll, which goes up every Thursday. There is a new poll live right now that you can vote in. And you've got some interesting options, I think. You've got Royals, you've got Deadpool, April Fool's Day. So that's Marvel's April Fool's Day Deadpool issue. JSA 18 and Tyler Rake. Number one, JSA, for what it's worth, dominating the chart, but we'll see where that nets out.
You guys want more
Lots of time
Gavin,
left.
apparently. Jeez.
I certainly
yeah.
do.
Yeah. So as for this book, Joshua Williamson on the words, Dan Moore on the art, Alejandro Sanchez on the colors, letters by Ariana Mayer. So Superboy Prime is now the main character.
Huh.
My man became the main character. And he is milking that for every single thing that it's worth. This issue starts in a very meta way. There's meta all throughout it. He's that guy. He is DC's most meta character. Constantly making references to, for example, the fact that he is in a comic. There are references made to the fact that in his universe of origin, these are comic book characters. And so he's living on the Justice League satellite or whatever, and he can't stay there because A, people don't trust him, B, he don't belong there, and C, all the women are thirsting for him.
Yeah,
They're just
everyone.
literally standing around and they just cannot resist him. I thought that was kind of a funny beat.
Yep.
Because this very much does feel like if a fan of DC, maybe the writer of this comic, got into the comic, what would happen? Like the whole universe warps around him. Now all the girls just have to talk about him. Now everyone in the Justice League is focused on Prime. And so I thought that was really fun. They bring back some random obscure villain for him to beat the shit out of, which is cool.
Which he calls out for being obscure.
Yeah. He takes a job at the local comic book shop, and no one who's ever worked at a comic book shop has looked like that. Oh my God.
What's this stud doing walking through?
Exactly. And so that's really what this issue is. It's an introduction to what Prime's tenure as the star of Superman is going to be. And for my money, if this is what it's going to be like, this book is going to be arguably better than it's ever been.
Tyler, let's hear it.
So I got this digitally because I'm not picking up Superman physically.
That wasn't what I was trying to lead you to.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And after I finished reading this, I'm like, God damn, it's primetime, baby. Because I went to the shop and I double dipped. I had to get it physically.
Oh, you spun the block.
I did. This is my pick of the week. This is everything I wanted and I didn't know I wanted. I have been on the record saying Superboy Prime is one of my favorite characters. And this book does the thing that subconsciously I never realized, where it's like Superboy Prime only shows up in events. Like we don't ever really get to sit with him. And he calls it out here immediately. There's the first page, which is the most meta thing ever. A little Heroes in Crisis coded too. Like emblem in the background talking to the camera. He talks about how he's going to be the one dealing with the book, and like, just join me for the ride. It's going to be fun. And then that last panel, he steps out of the gutters. So there's that metatextual of like this character exists outside the comic. We're showing you that in the comic. Right off the bat, I'm like, yep, Williamson gets it. Mora's along for the ride too. They both get it, and I was suckered in from the beginning. I loved every single damn thing about this issue. I don't think there has been an issue of a comic in a long, long time, especially a number 36 of an issue, where I was like, holy fuck, this is my jam. And the thing I loved about this too is that like Superboy Prime is likable. He's like made to be a Mary Sue. He's a stand-in for a comic book reader of like everything they wish they could be. But he recognizes that, so then becomes kind of his flaw that he's so perfect. And these things just kind of warp around him, like he gets a new apartment, which apparently he can afford on a comic book store salary, which is funny. And then of course his neighbor just happens to look like a younger Lois Lane. Like his things are just like warping around him. I thought it was just so good. And at the same time, I know that the other shoe might drop. You know, like historically he's been a villain. So there's that thing just nagging me in the back of my head that's like, this might not last. Or if it does, something bad might happen. And it's just so good, man. I love everything about this. I can gush about this. This is like an iconic cover for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I love this. Great issue. Great issue.
Nightwing, the best Robin, making his debut in our chat for the first time. What's up, brother? Thank you. And Maroon Sheepy. Sheepy says, I hate DC so much now. We need a return of the New 52. Yo, bro, you need a return to something from 15 years ago? You're sounding like Spider-Man fans right now, bro.
You have
You gotta
so
move
much
on,
smoke for
man.
Spider-Man fans.
They did not hold that line, bro.
Come on now. Yeah, so this was incredible. This was so incredible. Every single page was just a joy to read. I loved it so much. You know, Prime has been probably the best addition to this book since Williamson took it over.
Hmm.
And we've been living with him for, you know, a couple arcs now or whatever it's been, maybe 3 arcs, and he's just brought fun, he's brought vibrancy, he's brought like question marks as far as, is he good, is he bad? Like, he has been a dynamite in the mine for this book, which is incredible to see what a character can do and what Joshua Williamson was able to do with the character, what he identified with the character that could make him exciting to the point where he becomes the star of this book. And I was on Pal's preview saying, I want Superman. Like, I don't want Prime to take over this book. And now that we got the issue, like, actually, Superman could be away for a little while. We can have some fun right here.
And I like how Williamson kind of like, you can tell he's aware of that opinion. You know what I mean? Like the idea of like, what's a Superman book without Superman? Like, no, Williamson has a story here that he wants to tell, and I think it's gonna be fun.
But more than that, he foresaw that would happen, right? Because this happens in such an advance that
True.
he's like, hey, I know that removing the lead title of the Superman book is going to rub people the wrong way. Let me clear the air. Let me tell you exactly what this is going to be about, so that way we can just move forward. I thought that was great. That opening sequence was incredible just for that alone. You're level setting with me. You're not treating me as dumb. You know that I'm here because I've been to some degree following what's been going on. And even if this was a jumping on point, you're again setting the stage. All of this was fucking excellent. This was another contender for pick of the week for me. But yeah, dude. Overall, the seconding everything you guys are saying. I love that we get these glimpses of maybe Prime could go back. He could revert. There are these little just like pieces of doubt. The the sequence where he becomes like scratchy and he becomes pencils all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I don't know what that is. That's seeing something crazy. Okay. Like I'm sat to understand what is unfolding now.
Those pages.
This book, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sean.
This book will be perfect for me and will be my book of the year if Cyborg Superman makes an appearance.
Why are you such a Cyborg Superman
Because he looks fucking sick, dude.
fan?
And he was the main villain of the Death of Superman
Oh,
video
yeah.
game
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
Sega Genesis, and he was sick as hell. I
Sega.
need him to be in this book. If I'm not going to get Eradicator, I want Cyborg Superman, and I just think Prime and Cyborg going head to head would be amazing. I know Josh Williamson would write the shit out of that. He's like, I feel like he's almost leveled up, and you know, you want to talk about a next level. I think Josh Williamson has risen to his next level here in the last year,
Especially on
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marco calls it that one, that those flash forwards that Superman Superboy Prime is having. Great job on the creative team, because it's like, it's metatextual in and of itself, the creation of it. There's the blue lines that are in the paper, like
Yeah.
when you're getting like an original page done, it's still there, and then it goes down into the pencil. So it's Superboy kind of unraveling a bit. And it's just, man, it scared me. Like, once I saw them, like, oh shit. And then he was like, oh, hold on, it didn't really happen. I'm like, oh, okay. We're gonna deal with the idea of like, yes, this Superman has a self-inflicted scar of the logo on his chest. He's a little fucking nuts. And then like
Mhm.
Lois's kind of uneasiness about it too. It's just, it's towing that line of like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And it's kind of rare that I feel so uneasy about a story in a good way, especially at the big two. It's refreshing.
Exciting. It's frankly just exciting. Like I'm excited for this book. I left this, I guess, for the middle of the pile for myself. This wasn't the first book to go to, but anytime I pick it up, I'm pumped to be reading it.
And Steve Canaris, I totally forgot about this. He says Manchester Black showing up at the end was a great reveal too. Forgot about that part.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think of that. Because I don't remember the last time we saw him. I don't know why he's dead, and I don't know why he would be here, but okay.
It was post War World where it was revealed that he was like kind of like an informant for Lex at the time, and Lex kills him, I believe. Or like
Nice.
tries to get his memories or like this stuff out of his brain, and like the equipment kills him or something like that. I believe that's what happened. But
Gavin calls out something in that same page that we were calling out earlier with the blue lines and the pencils. Says he's also drawn in a more
oh yeah,
90s image style rendering. Such a fun idea. Yeah, if you look back, he has, the ab muscles on top of ab muscles kind of situation going on, and yeah, the style looks different.
and not only that, look at the middle panel there. That's very almost like a Nightfall.
Yeah.
Like Batman Nightfall, like the
Mm.
impact lines and like just the explosive background of it all, which is distinctly different than the rest of the book. Yeah, that's a good shout.
This was a phenomenal fucking comic, dude. This was
Yeah.
really, really, really good.
It's
Really
prime
fun.
time every month now for fucking what the fuck world are we living in?
Yeah, man. Oof.
Was this your pick of the
Pumped,
week, Sean?
dude.
It was a contender. It's a four-way,
Oh,
and one of
shit.
my contenders we still haven't talked about.
Well, your winner we still haven't
What?
talked about. Oh,
I haven't
you're not sure.
decided.
You're not sure.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet, but
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. The first page, last panel. CW Gordon called something out earlier. Is that six fingers on his hand when he reaches out? It says, "What do you say? Fly with me?"
Oh, it is six fingers. Yeah, that's a.
AI alert! AI alert!
I think it's a layering issue
Yeah.
with the art. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a joke, by the way. I'm not
Yeah,
raising.
we're
I
not.
was just mocking.
If there's one guy you can say is pretty much safe from that, it's Dan Mora.
He got pencils in here. I mean, they showed the page.
It's true.
Pick of the week.
It's
40.
his piping. Okay.
Pick of the week. 43%. Pull 29%. Didn't buy or read is 25%, and pass is 3%.
The most
Hell
pick of the
yeah.
weeks for sure.
Yeah, whew, you guys love this. Patrick Zay says, all I want to see is some gabagool. Well, Pat, I've got a question for you. Do you know the taste?
Man, I wish I watched Sopranos to get these references.
Do you know the taste of the gabagool, man? You tell me.
Marco,
You
is it
tell
true
me.
you were coming out of Bada Bings?
I don't. Bada bing, bada boom.
Uh, yeah, Superman. Fun book. Fun book. We have two Marvel titles to talk about. And one of them is Ultimate Endgame #3. Dennis
Okay.
Camp on the words, double Dennis Day. Pencils and inks by Jonah Sharf. And Terry Dodson on the pencils and colors for his portion of the story. And the split is in the dome is Sharf and out of the dome is Dodson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we've got Corey Pettit on the letters and Edgar Delgado colored Jonas Sharf. So out of the dome, there's a lot of talky stuff and catching us up on what is happening outside of the dome. We get to catch up with the kids from Ultimate X-Men
Ugh.
and see what they've been up to. Terry Dodson draws Mary Jane, which I'm happy with always. We get an update on the paper, and by that I mean the Uncle Ben J. Jonah Jameson run paper, which is for some reason we're supposed to care about and dedicate pages to. Killmonger's here, and all of that is sort of whatever. Inside the dome, there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
There is a lot going on. Iron Man or Iron Lad, excuse me, is bumming out. You think for the whole issue, he looks like Buffy after freaking Glory stole her sister. She's just he's just in a trance. He's in a catatonic state.
Damn.
Meanwhile, Doom is seeing visions of the Maker after we get an appearance by Kang, who is also Iron Lad, aka Tony Stark, from millions of years in the future.
Billions, even.
Billions
And
of
from our
years in the
past,
future.
because it was in the Ultimate, what was it, Invasion? The original thing that kicked this
Yeah.
whole shit off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he freezes time around them so that they can have a good chat.
Uh-huh.
But Doom pops Kang. Pops him. And then, when everything resumes, Peter had become Venom. He lets the suit help him. He becomes Venom. But here, we see the suit transform. And it becomes Carnage. And we see Peter Parker die at the hands of Carnage. Carnage caught 2 bodies this week in comics. Oh,
That was good.
talk about it.
You did.
I did, but you haven't.
Yo.
Guys.
That this was rough, dude. I've been on the border of being like apathetic to this for a while. And I think this is this was the issue of just like, man, I really don't care anymore. Like, I don't care where the direction of this is going. I don't feel the stakes. I guess the universe is just gonna die in sort of a whimper, and this is the way that we're ending it. The I, I I don't feel the energy. I don't feel the excitement. Things just feel like they're meandering with this book. And honestly, the art was rough in some parts. You referenced it earlier, but there was the first few pages where we're outside of the dome. Mary Jane's face looks weird. Has she always had freckles, by the way?
It depends on the
Um,
artist.
and then the little panels where you got Ben and J. Jonah Jameson are, you know, done pretty quick for what I expect to be strong dots in art. Very clean lines, very well designed. There's time there. And then Sharf has his moments. The Venom, the when he becomes Venom, awesome page.
Good looking Venom. Yeah.
But then there's other moments where Peter's face is just like all squished and kind of beat up. Some people look squat in a lot of these sequences. Uh, the timey-wimey things honestly just didn't excite me. This was kind of disappointing for me.
I didn't like this book. I'll say it off the bat. Strangely, I like the Jonas Sharf art more than the Dodson art. I thought the Dodson art was lackluster.
Hmm.
I don't know how you can go from Peach Momoko's X-Men, right? And then this is like really the outside of Jonas Sharf drawing those characters in Ultimate Incursion. Dodson's the third person to draw these characters, really.
Yeah.
And everyone's got Mar-a-Lago face. Everyone's got like just the most injected lips ever. And these are like supposed to be like young teenage girls, and they just look busted. I like Dodson's one of like the goats. It ain't working here. And it just not only is it not foil well with Jonas Sharf, I don't think Dodson's art fits in this universe, especially the characters he gets to draw here. So that took me out. The idea of the X-Men crew, were in the end of Peach Momoko's run, they were separate. You know, Maystorm wanted to go ahead and find Armor, I'm forgetting her name, because she was missing, but she was separate from the rest of the girls. Like they were all kind of going off their separate ways, and hopefully they get back together. This was like, hey, that happened outside of the book. We're back together again. We're gonna go look for something we never even saw. We never even saw a glint of armor before. They just say that there's a glint somewhere, which is the most like haphazard way to get these characters into the story. And then Killmonger's just there too, I guess. It almost feels like they're lining up the characters they want to leave this universe in a way, like get those characters in a way together. This Killmonger is a lot more like MCU Killmonger, whereas that version does not really exist in the comics. It kind of feels like we're lining up our dominoes in a way to just transport them out, which I don't like how I'm seeing that. And I thought the dome stuff. Damn, I haven't had dome this bad in a while. Because it is, so I've warmed up on Jonas Sharf. I think he draws horror really well, and the whole Peter Parker death scene, which is like,
Yeah.
fucking why not, I guess, was drawn well. At least I thought that stuff was cool. Even when the Maker's zit pops open and it looks like the fucking creature that's in that basket case sea level horror movie. Neat, good looking. But man, what a bunch of mumbo jumbo this book is. This feels like they had to just figure out a way to end it. It's not an end game as much as a game to get to an ending. Because I'm not feeling it.
Well, end it, but also make 5 issues out of it.
Yeah. It's supposed to like, hey, someone's got to end it. Figure it out.
Yo, look at his Buzz Lightyear ass face. Look at this shit. What is that dude?
Chuzz Lightyear. How's your pick of the week, Sean?
Okay, here we go. I loved this.
I knew you were going to pull something out of your ass like that.
Now, I am
You're serious?
prepared. I'm serious.
he doesn't
I'm
play.
prepared for everyone to disagree. And I'm not arguing with anybody today. Today is a good day for me. I'm having 0 arguments. You guys are free to believe what you want. That's fine. Now, I thought the outside of the dome stuff was dreadful.
Yeah.
However, for me, the inside the dome stuff was unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what I've been waiting for. I love the idea so much that the Maker's not a guy. He's the world. He's everything. In the dome, he is the dome. If he gets out of the dome, he's the world.
It's the Phantom X stuff.
Yeah. And I just think that is so fucking scary. Like, I think all the horror elements of what's happening inside the dome play so well because of Jonas Sharf's artwork. And I thought he was a mismatch for Ultimate
Yes.
Invasion,
Yep.
but I think he is perfect for what they're trying to do here. The Maker is truly horrifying. Like, it's just disgusting to me. And homie that's saying shit like, I don't even know who that was, but he's talking about, oh, I can read your mind. I'm everywhere. I'm in your thoughts. Who is this guy? I don't even know who that is. Some lieutenant.
It's
That's-
just one of the
Deathlocks.
Deathlocks that he controls. Yeah, it's just an extension
Yeah,
of the Maker.
yo, I fucking loved that. When Peter turns into Venom, I popped for that because Jonas Sharf drew Venom looking amazing.
That's true.
Like, I miss Venom as a horror character.
It's
What?
also only the first time we've seen Peter as Venom.
Yes.
Again,
yeah.
something that's kind of just, this is where I had an issue. It's kind of pulled out of nowhere.
Yeah, right. Because I was thinking like, wait, well, we've seen Venom, but it was
Richard. Yeah.
Richard, yeah.
So, and yeah, so I just loved all that, and then bringing us back to Doom having the Maker in his mind, right? Like, this is someone who is so powerful that he's in the mind of Doom and making him do things, and Doom has justifications. Like, it makes sort of sense why he shot Kang. I could buy that. But we know that there's something wrong. And then look at this sequence of pages, bro, or panels rather. How creepy is that?
That
Like,
was
there's
cool.
just so much nastiness and just true horror that you never see in event comics. I've never read an event comic that really felt like a horror book. Blackest Night does not do this.
I had one. It's called Night Terrors.
Well,
I
horror
glazed
for different
Williamson
reasons.
earlier. I can do a deglazing right now.
Yeah, I really bought in all the way. And then when Carnage kills Peter, genuinely, I know we've all said Peter's gonna die. It's so transparent. I didn't, for some reason, see it coming right then and there. And then the letter.
It's funny. The best part of this comic was just text and no art.
Oh my God. And remember, guys, remember that the Ultimates #1 has the letter that Tony wrote to his dad.
Oh.
And that was such an impactful moment for us. It was the mission statement of the whole series. This right here was the reflection of a Spider-Man who failed. He's acknowledging what we all feel inside, which is that he really didn't have that great of a run. And I agree. But he was still a father. He was still a husband. And he was a good man. And he gave his all. And that tied it all together for me. Because all this crazy shit is going on. And in the midst of that, here's a father that died. And that's going to have real consequences. Not that we're going to see them, but it's going to have real consequences for these people. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you guys do what you got to do. But I love this.
You think he's actually dead?
Yes.
I'm buying. Because why not?
Yeah, sure. You gotta kill the universe. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The letter I found to be a bit difficult to believe, especially when he says, "I'm no writer. I'm a photographer." I get, and he starts to talk about how his life is a series of still shots. Cool, I got the metaphor. But then he says, "In the arms of a false mall Santa." You're not using false if you're not a writer, bro. Hold on a second. You're lying. Richard just born drinking at your breast. You're not using the word breast like that.
It's
I don't
Ultimate.
know.
He says
I
breast
don't
here,
buy
not
it, dude.
boob. Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's a little flowery.
it's flowery. It's
Yeah.
flowery after he admits he's a photographer and not a writer.
It's the last thing he wrote in his life. You don't think he took some time? Okay, I'm shutting up.
And you know what? I will give you, Sean, that the inside the dome was more action packed and better than the outside. But as a unit, I can't pass. I can't pull on this.
Rel underscore YT says in chat, the letter did more for Peter than all 24 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't
Damn.
disagree.
Chat turned on me hard body. I see it. I'll remember your names too.
They called it the reverse soapbox. You turn that thing upside down, you got in it. Yeah, I'm not. Man, I also kind of just like want to see the maker. You know what I mean? As well. I don't know, man.
I don't mind that they're slow
give it
rolling
this.
him.
I'll give it this. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in this book.
Yeah.
Mostly because I think 3 issues in, I don't know if they knew what was happening either. And the whole Ultimate line, nobody really knew what was happening. Let's be real. But man, I'm glad you liked it, Sean. Do I expect you to like issue 4? Who fucking knows?
We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know.
What I gathered from this book is that Jonas Scharf would work on a specific book. I do like his art, and I think it works here perfectly. I think you're nailed it on the head. Where like the happy-go-lucky road trip book that was Ultimate Incursion did not work for him.
Mm-mm.
The horror book where there's goop and blood everywhere and carnage and weird comatose iron lads, like that shit's rad. His Doom was very Kirby in the mask and all that.
CW Gordon, don't say things like that. That's not nice. I'm not gonna roast you, but I don't like that. I would never get on my knees for any man. Don't say shit like that. Yeah, I think I would have loved it if Jonas Scharf hadn't done Ultimate Incursion and just did this. Like had the time to just work on this, because I think Ultimate Incursion is a little bit of a better book with a different artist.
Yeah.
And this is working for me with Jonas Scharf.
Would you rather him do the whole book?
Yeah, but like to me personally, leave all the outside the dome shit for Ultimates.
Which is they're doing it better, you know?
Yes.
It's doing what this book is failing to do and doesn't need to bother with better. So let it go.
I think it's a better framing as well, because the event's happening in the dome. Everything else should still be happening in the periphery, because that universe is, for the next few issues still exists.
It's unnecessary. All the other books are already telling us outside the dome stories. So why does this have to focus on that? It's unnecessary. I completely agree.
Damn, Patrick Zay glazing a Marvel book saying, I haven't hated the art in this book. That's the most he said positive about a Marvel book.
That's the most positive thing.
Yeah.
The fact that he picked up a Marvel book in the first place.
For real.
I will say pull.
I'm gonna say pass.
Did I pull it physically? Yes. Am I passing on it? Yes. Am I pulling issue 4? Yes. But it's a pass on this individual issue for me. Yo,
Wait,
the
Sean,
back of it has the preview for Doom 2099. I like this. This is my favorite part of the book.
It does look sick. It does look sick.
That's Criterion.
Sean, did you say this was your pick of the week? Or just
I
the poll?
I didn't. And
do we still have one more book?
No,
we do, but it's not it. That's not going to be in contention. You know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna call it as Flash. I'm gonna say Flash because I really had a blast with that, and I can't say this is my pick of the week when I hated half of it. That would just be a lie. So
that's fair. Yep.
Also, go ahead.
Ultimates. I love you continuing the trend of showing a cover that has nothing to do with the inside. Do you remember Magic in this book? Wasn't she great?
Why are they still talking about all of the other people that's going on? Like
the Ultimate Wolverine shout out
for a panel.
For a panel that happened 4 issues ago.
Yeah. Is this still happening no, right?
I think the outside the dome stuff is being represented that way.
It can't be, because what's happening in Ultimate Wolverine fighting Lady Deathstrike happened 2 months ago. They've given up at this point. I think this is ultimate give up, is what this book is.
Oh, but you know what? This wasn't delayed. Was there not some sort of delay?
2 months.
That's no, but I do believe
I would say that also shows how fucking stupid the month-to-month is.
Well, we all agree with that.
Yeah, but the fact that a delay narratively fucks up your whole line if you just one book gets delayed. The fuck you doing?
It says on the book January.
You're good, CW Gordon. No worries, man. And I'm fine with all the jokes. I'm not actually serious, and I'm gonna remember you guys. I love it. It's funny, but
I'll
there's
make a
just
list.
certain things that I don't think are funny, and that's just one of them. But let's talk about Wolverine: Weapons of Armageddon. Let's get into that.
Wait, did we close the poll?
Oh, I'm sorry. My
Oh,
bad.
I got you.
They're pretty vocal in the chat. I don't think we need the poll.
All right, yeah. Didn't buy, read 38%, poll 31%. Oh, okay, pretty high. Pass 25, and pick of the week 6.
Hell
Did-
yeah.
Did the Mr. Pass do the pick of the week this time? Like,
Did a poll.
So this is Chip Zdarsky on the words with Luca Maresca on the art, Jesus Aburtov on the colors, and letters by Joe Sabino. So this book won the poll last time, and so we bumped it up onto the main show. Was it worth it? Let's find out. This issue does a lot of flashing between now and then. Then being when Nuke was first brought onto the Weapon X program or Weapon X adjacent program that Logan is a part of, but not as like he's not yet Wolverine, I guess. And so you get that and sort of the origin of Nuke and his ties to this organization and everything like that. But then you also get what I think a lot of us were looking forward to with this issue was Colton and his return from the pages of Captain America to here and interacting with the wider Marvel universe. Because now we're seeing him here with Wolverine, and they have an interesting interaction. And he's in a very different place than he was when we saw him last. Because remember, we haven't seen him since the past. We haven't seen him since Cap was brought out of ice, which in Marvel time was about what, 15 years ago? So
yeah, something like that.
so he's been in the wind. So it's interesting to catch up with Colton again. Nuke is on the loose, literally. And there is a rogue a newly powered person who's got deadly powers, and Tyler.
Yeah,
not
what's up?
our Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you don't know
could
that.
be our Tyler.
You don't know
Could
that.
be the other Tyler. Could be color or letterer extraordinaire Tyler. But yeah, what did you guys think of Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #2?
This is
Sorry. I like that there is a redemption arc for Colton. It seems like, since he's been gone, he still has been trying to do things. He's been trying to make amends, and I think that that's an interesting development for his character, because I was worried that they were just going to fully get rid of him, and that would have been disappointing, because I do like what he offers and what he in contrast to Steve. It's interesting. So I appreciate that tension will at some point in the future we'll come back to it, right? I do like that. And for the text of the story, I don't know if they're trying to make Nuke be a little more sympathetic, because he also has gone through the weapons program, and he's a little crazed now. But I'm liking all of the framing here. I'm liking the way that the story is unfolding. Honestly, I didn't have much of an expectation for even the second issue, but it's done well. It's strong.
Yeah, for me, this solidly maintains a solid status. Like, this is a solid book. I like the theme throughout this is that all of these people have been manipulated by the government in some way. Logan with Weapon X, Nuke with Weapon X as well. But the addition of like, hey, they fucked him up even more. They gave him those reds, those blues, and those whites. Which I did not get a blue pill for this book. It was, kind of a half mess situation. But I thought, like, I like that. And then you have Colton, who's also manipulated by the government in terms of the super soldier serum, but also like going to war in Iraq, like this idea of like, that's persistent throughout these characters in the story is that the government's kind of the bad guy. And that's curious to see that theme being what it is in this. And also kind of the idea of Thaddeus Ross and Red Hulk being the stand-in for the government in Cap. and then in Armageddon as well. So I'm starting to see the story that Chip's working with here that could potentially lead to where Armageddon goes. We also have the idea of the boxes in the background, which is going to be picked up in Ultimate Impact. So we'll see if that is anything related to what's going on. But I thought it was solid. I thought the Wolverine bits when Logan gets to like fully Wolverine out, Maresca drew the hell out of him. I thought it was really cool. It probably helps that it's golden brown, which is the best Wolverine costume. Because it just hits, man. It's just so good. And when he's like lunging at Colton, and he's like Colton's just fucking lighting him up still, and he's got bullet holes in his face. But the speed lines throughout it were so good. It almost had that almost like fighting game level of claw slash that I really liked.
Yep.
I thought that was rad. Even though like most of this book is just white people talking, the parts where it kind of gets to like spread its wings a bit was fun.
As it turns out, I like to read books where white people talk because I enjoyed this quite a bit as well. I really get into when Marvel does their like, like conspiracy, fucking government, manipulation stuff. Like I really love that. And Nuke is perfect for those kinds of stories. Because he has been used and manipulated, and he is a victim as well. And this newly powered character, who I'm assuming, I mean, they talk about it in the book, and maybe I was lost, but like he's the result of one of those boxes.
No, not, or at least not yet, I think.
Because they mentioned something about a box at some point. I thought
they do, but I thought he was just like the Weapon X program came back and he's like their newest sort of capture.
The way I read it was that he had the ability to turn his whole body into bone, and they gave him the Weapon X treatment that turned it into adamantium. So now he's full on adamantium, and they're like, hey, this guy's a perfect candidate to get whatever the fuck this is in this power because he can handle it.
Got it.
So here's our mystery box because this guy is essentially Wolverine. We finally found our Wolverine. We know that he can handle whatever's in here for power up.
I loved when they were describing him and they were saying like, you have claws. Imagine if those claws could reach out and get you from across the room. I was like, that would be fucked up, right? And then they showed him, and I was like, oh, that's fucked up.
Did you see the cover for issue 3 at the end of the book where it like gives you the preview? I was like,
Yes.
oh, hold on. There's a Liefeld creation in the big 2-6.
I often find myself like, I don't give a damn about Wolverine's opposition because they just always are like basic. But this character, I mean, whoa, like this could be a real problem for him. So I like that.
How do you fight this guy?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the framing us and getting us into an event using Wolverine, an event about people getting powers that may be unwanted, having things done to them potentially.
Yeah.
I think Wolverine is the perfect character to lead into this with, and I can see why Chip felt that it was necessary to do this. What's not fucking necessary and has nothing to do with the creative team whatsoever is the price. There is absolutely no excuse for this being $5.99.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I can maybe understand getting doing an upcharge for that fucking rad Sanford Green variant that I have on the screen, but base level, no.
$4.99 is fine. Like, even obviously we all understand that's too much, but like you don't need to jump it even more.
Yeah, this is not an event, like this is a prelude to stuff, but it's not Armageddon. Even then, I'm not going to justify Armageddon being that expensive. No book should be that expensive unless it's bigger.
How much was KO? I feel like even Ultimate Endgame is an event and it's $4.99, dude.
That's true. Yeah. BCKO. Let's find. Let me not do the last issue.
Let's do $5.99.
Yeah, they were all $5.99. But it had
for 40 pages.
And the cover was lenticular, right?
Yes.
The cover was lenticular, yeah. So that's warranted. This is normal, and if anything, this is 27 pages. 26 without the cover.
Yeah. I didn't care much for Hickman tax. I like Chip. I don't want a Chip tax.
Yeah.
Unless this is like because of tariffs, because he's Canadian and having to get it over here. I don't know.
I'm a pull. I actually really enjoyed this. Not in contention for pick of the week, but strong.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, pull.
42% of you agree with that sentiment. 37% didn't even buy or read it. 13% of you read it and passed, and 8% of you chose it as your pick of the week.
I gotta say, 50% positive on a Marvel book on a alleged DC podcast. Patrick Zay is shitting on this book. He ain't even read this, I bet.
He
I know,
did it.
right? Come on now. He ain't spending. He said it earlier. I'm not spending my money on this shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that is a disgusting price. You know what I do love though is the fact that over 100 of you are still rocking with us,
Yeah.
2 hours deep.
What?
DC in our rear view. Love that. Thank you so much
On a Thursday.
on a Thursday. Now, there is a thing that we do because it is the end of the month. This is the
Ooh.
last Thursday of the month,
Oh,
Have
which
it up.
means we have to tell you guys now, and you all have to tell us our picks of the month.
So I wasn't here 1 week, and so I am personally missing pick of the week data. I'm gonna read off the pick of the weeks that we all had.
what week was it that you're
Um,
missing?
3 plus 7 was that the 13th or the 12th?
There's the 11th. Did you
The 12th.
the
The
12th
week of
would
the
be the day?
12th.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
12th would be
Okay.
the day. Yeah. So uh Batman number 7 was unanimous pick of the week.
Mm.
It was
Then we
good.
had Deathstroke the Terminator number 1 for Tyler, New Titans for me, and then Captain America number 8 for Sean. And then this week, The Flash for Sean, Absolute Martian Manhunter for me, and then Superman 36 for me. Sorry, for Tyler. I'm still going to stand by Batman.
In Sean, the week that he doesn't have, I think me and you both picked Absolute Batman number 18.
Yeah.
If I
Oh
recall.
yeah. Yeah.
Superman. I like the Batman issue. That Superman issue was something I didn't know I needed. So Superman 36.
Okay. I think my answer is Absolute Batman 18.
Mm.
That issue was just insane.
Yeah.
So much motion.
Yep.
How about you, Marco?
Batman.
Oh, yeah,
Number,
right,
Batman number
right.
7. Yeah, the
Cool.
Joker sequence was crazy, dude.
You got his fucking hog out the whole time.
Wild.
CW Gordon says his pick of the month is Absolute Wonder Woman 18 and
Oh.
Superman 36. Banksy says Batman. Patrick Zay says Batman. Childish Brandino says Batman. Damn. Hell yeah.
These fucking DC fanboys out there. Chris covers comics and Superman 36 and Bleeding Hearts 2. Guys, I read Bleeding Hearts 2 yesterday.
Oh,
If you were
I
iffy
missed
on the
that.
first issue, this will bring you in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
We have an idea of what the story is here.
It's on the stack.
Yeah.
I gotta go grab it.
Southside Ronin says Batman. Al Shogunat says Superman
Oh.
36. Jeffrey Buck says Moonstar number 1. That's interesting. Ivy Moon says New Teen Titans. That's what's up. Tigress Island says Michael Jordan.
Bonk.
Michael Jordan,
Oh.
a fan of the island of the Snow Bunnies?
I gotta say, Michael Jordan. If that's the Michael Jordan, I do. Why were you doing the Hitler stash for a bit in the 2000s? What made you think you could do that?
What?
You haven't even identified if it's Michael B, Michael
true.
A.
That's true.
We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, get those stack numbers in, pals. Let's do it. Let's
Get
do
'em
it.
in. Oh, while those numbers come in, can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
So
Are you
last
gonna
night,
admit to a crime again?
no.
Okay.
Last night, if anything, I was trying to pay rent. Last night I'm going through my books. I'm trying to get everything, and I'm my first instinct is to go to Kindle, to Comixology, because I have the subscription, and I say no. You know what? I need to continually test platforms. That's one of the things that I try to do. I'm gonna go and I'm going to get my books on Neon Ichiban. Right. So I
Hi.
go to Neon Ichiban. Hi. I go to Neon Ichiban and I start picking up the books. When you go into the app and you go to the store, it sends you out because you can't, buy things through because Apple. And I'm start to pick my books. I add to cart. You know what? They have a feature that I've always wanted. You can pick your variant. You can pick the variant cover on Neon Ichiban. So I'm going and I'm starting to go, and I start as I'm clicking on all of the add to carts. There's a drop down function for all of the variants, and I'm sitting there. There were how many books this week? Like 6, and then I got maybe a couple more. And it took me maybe 20 minutes to like decide and go through and pick all the variants that I wanted and I cared about. And I'm getting all excited. I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is the first time I've ever gotten to a platform that they did the thing that I wanted. I go to check out. I apply my credit because I've in the past sold some of the comics. I've resold it to the market. I get $9 off. I'm like, this is incredible. I'm getting my comics at a discount as well. I go to the fucking pay option. The site crashes. It doesn't load pay. It doesn't load pay. I refresh. I go back to the add to cart. It just doesn't do it. I keep refreshing. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I was livid at this point because I spent 20 minutes just picking variants for a fucking digital book. I was beside myself. I ultimately scurried my way back to Kindle and I just bought my plain A covers because that's all I could do. Incredibly disappointed. I'm gonna have a whole rant about this because I also started to go through the UI for my newsletter. So if anybody wants more information on it,
Marco's
Tyler, do
review.
you have to say it?
yeah, dude, shit show,
Do you have to say it, or do I have to say it?
huh?
Well, I wanted to, you say it, Sean, because I want to explain my thoughts watching you react to that. So.
So what you just told us is that you wasted your time picking out images for digital comics to have a fucking cover. Let me explain that if you like the cover, you can go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com as we do every week, and you can actually download. I do this. I download covers because I post the polls. You can download the covers and look at them at your leisure.
Yeah.
You could put that shit on your fucking phone, bro. That could be your fucking background if you wanted.
But they don't open up to the issue like that. The issue opens up with the cover
guess
that you
what?
buy.
It didn't open up for you. So
It did. I couldn't buy it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get the issues.
You should use your Bitcoin to do it instead.
They wouldn't accept it. The thing doesn't accept my payment. I'm trying to pay. I had my card ready.
It smells like NFT for dweebs.
You got baited.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I've bought in the past for whatever reason. It didn't work.
How did they get the? How does this work? Does Marvel send them the variants and they decide, hey, we're gonna make a new feature? Do they know they're selling these things? Do the variants have different prices?
Bro,
They
they probably just go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com,
exactly
download
what
the
I'm
fucking
getting at, Sean.
images.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Well, no, but the actual file when you open it, it opens with that
Oh, I
cover.
bet.
No other
I bet.
platform.
It's
No
just
platform does
League
that.
of Comic Geeks has an API. They're probably using something similar, like an API, just to scrape those covers or whatever.
But surely it's embedded in the file, no?
No, I'm saying it is, but it has to get in there somehow. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like Marvel sending them the file with different covers. I don't think that's how it's working.
Yeah.
Marvel doesn't give a shit about that.
No, they don't. Neon Ichiban. They're like, oh, is CB writing a new book? Like that's all.
So disappointing. So disappointing.
It's funny. It's just like as much as I, Amazon bad, Jeff Bezos, he can go SMD. I don't like every time there's a competitor out there, something fucking happens, man.
They don't work.
Nobody can get their shit together. Even Global Comics, who we praise, they just lost all of Boom, right? Didn't Boom just pull all their shit out of there?
Oh, did it?
Well, Boom pulled all their shit out of everywhere that was like a service to read their stuff on. Outside of like buying the single issues. So man, I don't know what the fuck is going on in the digital landscape. I will say I bought more physical copies this week than I have in a long time. So I don't know. Maybe that's saying something. Maybe that's saying something.
What else did you get?
I got Endgame. I didn't get anything that's outside of what we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I bought pretty much everything we talked about besides Wolverine. And what do we open with? Oh, and Flash because they fucking ran out. So I'll get Flash eventually.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Patrick Zay says, this is what y'all doing, my hard-earned Patreon and YouTube comics bucks. Bro, look, that's Marco, man. I don't know. We can't control him.
We tried.
He does him.
I tried ordering a virus too.
Doesn't work. Don't work.
Don't ask how I tried importing it. There's a slot.
We did that survey and I hope everybody filled it out. We're at 92. I'm desperate to
there,
get to
almost there.
100. But someone said that one of their problems with the show is Marco's AI takes.
You know what,
Marco, they're leaving feedback about it.
listener? Sean and I are with you.
Leave all the feedback you want, baby.
I disagree with it, but I love that Marco says it. That I love. The only thing I respect is honesty. Like you could be a racist. Don't be a racist behind my back. Be a racist on Front Street.
Yeah.
You know, like live in what you are. And Marco is intrigued by AI, and that's his prerogative. And I respect him for having the balls to get in front of you jackals and say that.
And I gotta say, it makes me look better, so appreciate it.
no, not jackals. You gestures. We're in. It's the new lingo.
Jester
New
maxing.
lingo for what?
They're jester maxing.
The gesture, yeah. They're
Yeah. Okay.
gesturing.
Side note: I saw a clip of Clavicular going to a girl at a like a party who was like by herself, and he says, "Hey, you look like you were really by yourself maxing."
Nice,
And
dude,
I'm like,
nice.
I'm using that one. Fucking airball shot. Fucking, I
don't
saw
understand.
Scorsese's daughter on Hinge the other night. Fucking airballed that one too.
She's hot.
Like her taste in movies.
Thank you for saying that, CW Gordon. I struggle with those surveys because I never have any negative things to say. Thanks for the ideas.
You don't have to say anything negative. Feel free to be positive. You don't just say what you feel is the point.
Word.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some
Get
stack
these
talk, shall we?
Numbers. All right, we got
Good luck.
entertain me with 18. James Jones 24. 0 for Marco, which was correct technically. Well, I guess not.
They had the knowledge of that.
Yeah, Ariath 19. Ivy Moon 22. Integrate 20. Hayden's had out 30. Patrick Zay 17. Chris covers comics 50 somehow. E Major. I'll say E Major 23. Steve Canaris 19. MX Mothman 26. Superman, nope. Southhead Ronin 19. And Garrick the Taylor 14. AP 6633 27. Ted H 36. CW Gordon 22. Jamzilla Ace 16. I think that's everything. Oh, never mind. There was a gap. Neon Knight 26. Carter Mitchell 18. John Zeke 21. Kitsu 23. Michael Jordan 20 for the month. Southside Running 19, I already got you. James Jones 24, Near 18, Rel White 17, and I think that's it.
Well, we got one last one. Tyler Smith.
Oh, Remy Darwish.
Oh,
18, and then Tyler Smith, I am low 13.
Michael Jordan not saying 23, kind of a bummer.
All right. Everybody who said less than 20 is out. Let's just say that right now.
Whoa,
Everybody
right.
who said
Jeez.
less than 20 is out. Today, you're out. All right. This week, you're fucking out. Now,
Damn.
I forgot, it's my fault, to talk about variants for Superman, Spider-Man.
Oh.
Off the bat, not as fun as the previous. Yeah.
Now, I went there with the full intention of buying 3 covers, and I said to the pals, we were chilling one of the other nights, and I said, I want 3 at least, but I might even get 4 because I didn't think about cover A.
Mm-hmm.
Then someone said that these motherfuckers are $8.99.
Oh, yep. Outside of the A copy, I saw I almost picked up the Michael Janin one, and I saw it's $1 more. I'm like, I don't like it $1 more.
And my LCS did not have that one, which is the one that I wanted.
You gotta text me these things, man.
I fucked up. It's just.
If it's there next week, I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. But I did get this one though.
That's the one I was looking at too.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Which was that?
I had to get my boy the Gabriel Del Auto
Nice.
symbiote Spider-Man, black suit Superman. Yo,
Man, they're looking good, man. Black don't crack. Like that. It's just looking good.
I've been waiting a long time to hold this in my hand, so I was very happy with that at least. Green Lantern 600 or whatever other number they're saying it is. High Street number 11. Phantom
Same.
of the Opera number 2.
Oh,
Man, I don't have the sound effect.
Void Rivals 28. Dungeons of Doom number 3. Fantastic Four number 9. White Sky number 2. Anyone reading White Sky? All
People are-
you speculators, anybody buy number 2?
People are
nope.
buying it at least.
Iron Man number 3.
Oh yeah.
Null number 3. Punisher number 2. Someone, my LCS guy said that looks more like Two-Face than Punisher. And I didn't say anything because I don't want to be rude. But I was like, that's Jigsaw, though.
He got eczema.
I had to grab Catwoman because I missed this last week. So I felt bad and I had to spin the block and grab that. 85 Catwoman, love that. Amazing Spider-Man number 25, Legacy 989, Death Spiral, part 5 of 9. Woo. And Detective Comics, some big number, 1107. That's it. By my count, that's 20.
One?
Well, I missed Superman. So,
Oh,
yeah. So I think it's 20.
just 20 flat. Okay.
I think. Unless I can't count.
Yeah, keep in mind for next week, Sean might have to spin the block for Superman. Just
True.
Guaranteed. And there were other books I missed this week, too, for those of you who really know me.
Um,
Who got that?
Looks like Into Gray with 20 on the dot.
Hell
First
yeah,
one
brother.
there.
If you happen to want the codes for any of the Marvel books that I got this week, it's all yours if you DM me. And quite frankly, you guys who are interested in any of the codes can DM me because I'm really not. It's I don't use them otherwise. So
and you'll probably read them before Sean gets to them. So
and well, unless I already did.
did you check
Unless
out? No,
it's-
that's on my
Unless
sub.
it's this.
No.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait.
No,
I saw some of the preview pages. It's just Thanos and Death just cuddling.
Hell yeah. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. We put our time in. You guys put your time in, rocking with us the whole show, 100 plus strong. Thank you so much for that. Show out strong Saturday at 10:15 a.m. Eastern for the final part of the Rebirth Deep Dive. I've had a blast putting it together. Let's end it on a high note. Please show up for that.